Good morning, everybody. I know I've made this before, but I have a whole lot of new followers, so I'm making one today because I had bananas to use up. I have my oven on. I'm already put in a turkey breast, which I'll try to show you later. I've done the turkey breast in the past. For all the new followers, this is a high protein. I'm trying really hard not to rub my nose because someone's already commented that I touch my face or rub my nose, but I cook for myself and I'm in my own kitchen, so bear with me, people. Perfect high protein banana bread. 2 to 3 well-ripened bananas, a half a cup of plain yogurt, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/3 cup of coconut oil melted, a half a cup of almond milk, 1 cup of coconut sugar, doesn't raise your glycemic index, 1½ cups of organic oat flour or whole wheat flour, half a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Then you decide if you want raisins, nuts, chocolate chips. So I have 3 sad bananas, and let me see, 375. If you're making muffins, it's 20 to 25 minutes. For bread, it's 45 minutes to an hour. So actually it's 350 degrees. My turkey's in there at 375, so I'm going to lower that for the bread. So I'm going to get right to it, and you're going to have your back to me, so I hate that. I just find you better seeing me when I do things over here. Everything is laid out. Now the glasses are going to come off because I can't see anything. We're going to lose power, I think, so I have the oven on, and it's a propane gas oven, so it will not go off. So the turkey breast I wanted to throw in there early and quickly. I mean, we might not lose power, but the wind is sideways here. It's like 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. We had no power all day yesterday. It came on around 3:30, which was fine. It was daytime. I talked to my granddaughter last night, and I read some books, and you know, in the daytime the house went down to 61 degrees. We have a pellet stove that runs on electric. We do not have a generator. We know all the needs, okay guys, so we don't, a lot of people wrote you need this, you need that. I know what we need. We need a lot of things, but we don't have one. So we had a candle, and we didn't need that because it never got dark. The power came on, so I'm grateful. So today, I thought I'd get the turkey breast in the oven, not doing a video because I've already done, those were the 3 bananas. I've already done the video of how to cook a turkey breast, but later on, when I take it out, I might make a video of something. Towel. Sorry, my hands have bananas on them. So that was the 3 bananas and 1 egg. I'm going to start the mixer. So I'm going to start with the liquids. And by liquids, I'm going to actually put sugar in, which is not a liquid, but I like to mix my sugars in with this part because the granulation of the coconut sugar, which is a lot like a brown sugar, starts emulsifying and mixing that. This is the 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil. I'm putting that right in, scraping it good. Then the half a cup of almond milk, and I consider the yogurt my liquids. This recipe you've seen me make a couple of times. I'm sorry, but there's a lot, like I said, new people, and I wanted them to know that it's bariatric friendly and very easy on your stomach, which sometimes, I don't know about everybody else, but I had a modified duodenal switch or SADI surgery. It's a rare surgery around where I live, and I found out from the internet about that, so I'm grateful because it's a very powerful surgery. It's not just a gastric sleeve, it's a gastric sleeve at the top with a single bypass at the bottom. It has a 95% success rate. So I need a tissue. I'm not going to rub my face, but I'm going to use a tissue. I'm sorry. I mean, on YouTube someone commented that the recipe looks delicious, but you rub your face too much. I'm sorry. It's cold. It's cold. Your nose runs. So here's the vanilla. I'm just going to whip it pretty good. So if you've had this surgery, everybody has different issues. I can't eat salad with iceberg lettuce and romaine, and I'm 2 years post-op. This just doesn't happen. I could chop spinach up real good and microgreens real good, but not salad. So, or not those lettuces. You see me use those little butter lettuces on in my pitas, but we're talking 2 and 3 pieces. Okay, so that's our liquid. Now, the 1½ cups of whole wheat flour I've already measured out, and this time I've read the recipe accurately. So I'm going to dump that right in, and Sorry guys, trying to get every drop without ruining the whole kitchen. Are you guys a messy cook? Because I'm a super messy cook, as you know. Then, oh, cinnamon. I like cinnamon. You don't have to do cinnamon if you don't like cinnamon. I am going to do the chocolate chips ones. I haven't done them lately. And let me just read this again. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. So I want to make sure I do the right one. Half a teaspoon baking soda. This is something you do see me measure, because too much baking soda, gross. And then a half a teaspoon of salt. You don't see me measure that, but I will today because I have it out. And then make sure I got everything. Cinnamon, baking soda, yep, flour, whole wheat flour. So put it back in. This makes a delicious loaf or 12 muffins. Since I have the oven on for the turkey breasts, I want to make a loaf. I'm going to stop it and scrape down the sides before I go in any further. So with the duodenal switch, what I was going at is if you had a gastric sleeve, all that does is make your stomach smaller. So you have, I think it was like a 50 to 70% chance of losing your excess weight. So if you're 400 pounds, now mind you, I'm not a doctor, I only know from research, and you have to lose 250 pounds, you'll lose 125 of that with a gastric sleeve. These are estimates. With the RNY bypass, that has a slightly higher success rate, and that's the one most people get, especially around where I live. The problem is you can lose the weight and gain it back easier for some reason. They don't do the same thing as a duodenal switch. They take your stomach and they make it a little balloon that's like the size of an egg. And apparently that can grow back. Now, we've got this delicious batter. I'm going to stir some chocolate chips in. And then they do a double bypass with that. And I don't know. Good chocolate chips. We're talking chips and bariatric surgery. The duodenal switch is the gastric sleeve at the top. A gastric sleeve means they've cut all but 1 cup of my stomach out. So I have a smaller stomach. Where bypass has a little egg-sized pouch with the rest of their stomach still there. And I'm going to put in what I think to be about a cup. These are dark chocolate chunks. That's enough. 2 handfuls. I don't want a lot, I just want a little bit of chocolate here and there. So, now, for some reason, I did a lot of research. I followed this girl on Instagram who I hope to somehow inspire someone out there, not to have the operation, but just to know that you are not too old to do it, to take charge of yourself. That girl inspired me. She was in her 30s, she has 4 children. Her name is Laura Fluche, and I think her page is called Flush It Away. She's wonderful. She's lost 270 pounds. I've lost 240 pounds. I wouldn't have known of this operation if it wasn't for her. So I'm grateful for the internet. So for those of you that make fun of me out there, whatever. Knowledge is power, and I'm feeling pretty good about my choices, and I'm really feeling good about the people that I'm helping out there. Sorry that you can't see this good. It's hard to work in a corner for the camera. Now, this doesn't look like it's bariatric friendly. I think I'm going to throw a little couple chips on top, but I didn't put that many in. And this is really just because I think it'll look pretty and give it a little extra. So, I'm going to lower the oven, and I'm going to put that, so I got about I would say that was a half a bag. With that being said, I know that people laugh at this. There's a lot of people that are negative about everything in life. I mean, they look for what's wrong versus what's right. So I don't. And the fact that I have all these new followers and I'm just trying to help people, I don't feel like I'm doing something wrong out there. And I want you to know that I'm excited to do this and I'm happy to help you. So that is a bariatric friendly, high protein banana bread or muffins. You've seen me make it with nuts and chips. You've seen me make it plain. It's a foolproof recipe. At the end of this today, I'll post this video this morning in case anyone wants their oven on. I need my oven on now, because if the power goes out, the oven will still be on. We'll have hot turkey in the middle of darkness and a banana bread. So I wanted to cook. I'm putting this on now. Later on, I'll post a picture of a piece done. I've done that before, and the recipe. So I hope it helps one person out there. I hope something I talk about helps one person out there. I do every day, try to find a way. I love you guys. Thanks for being with me. Now I'm going to do dishes before the power goes out because we won't have any water either. This is Little House on the Prairie, only I'm not in the prairie. Bye.